What is up, you guys? It's your girl Dejanay, and I'm back with another video. Today's video, I really want to talk about something serious about what's going on around us. I normally do my intro, I normally be laughing, kiki. I always do videos that are more like entertainment, funny, like everyday videos to watch, but this isn't funny. I really honestly just want to talk about what's been going on in this world. It's really crazy, like everything that's going around everybody, and a lot of people are being blind. A lot of people don't want to open their eyes up and realize what's going on. I know I'm not no big YouTuber, I'm a small YouTube channel, but I do want to speak what I have to say, and I know that it's people who watch my channel consistently and will listen and will support this video. So before I actually get into the video, down below I do have links to sign petitions, donate, all that stuff for George Floyd. I linked down the things that I signed petitions for, so they're legit petitions. Don't just be signing stuff because people are crazy nowadays. They make stuff that is not legit. If you want to, go ahead and hit that down below. But when I'm talking, I normally get a little off topic, so I did make notes, so if I'm looking down, that's probably why. I really just want to start with his death, honestly, because this is the reason why everybody's attention is on racism and injustice and discrimination and Black Lives Matter, when in reality every day should be Black Lives Matter. It shouldn't just be when one person dies or when somebody gets recorded dying, killed by an officer. It shouldn't be like that. Racism and injustice, just because it's not recorded, people don't go protesting in the streets every day for when somebody dies that's Black and got racially profiled and it's not getting justice in the system, does not mean that it just fades away and okay, Black Lives Matter was a week ago, but now today we're gonna kill another Black person. If you don't know who George Floyd is and him being kneeled on by an officer and basically getting suffocated and dying, then you need to wake up. It's really pretty much everywhere. If you have social media, if you have a TV, if you have any type of internet, it's everywhere. It really breaks my heart, to be honest, because that's another African American Black life that is lost due to the system. And it's like people really have to go on the streets and be destructive and have hundreds of people in the street chanting and standing up protesting for people to see the pain and suffering from when all these times people got shot, all these times people got killed, all this time African American Black people got killed in the streets for literally living, honestly living. George Floyd was an African American Black man who got wrongly convicted for having a counterfeit bill at a gas station. I think it was like a store, and the police came, sat him down. I watched the whole video. It was really hard for me because it's just so graphic and it's so sad. It literally took me like a day to actually watch the video, the whole video, because it's like, it was painful. I could not watch that in one sit because it was just like, it was hard. Leading to his death, a white officer basically put his knee on his neck and held his knee on his neck for about 9 minutes approximately. The man is saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't even tell y'all how many times he said it, but he said, I can't breathe so many times. The man is gasping for air. He don't even sound like he's breathing. Like like when he's talking, he sounds like he's out of breath, like he's really dying. And the officer is just sitting there, chilling, sitting there with his knee on his neck, constantly adjusting his knee, so you know it was intentional to kill that man. That positioning his knee in several times to kill that man, and he kept saying, I can't breathe. There was officers around watching the whole thing. Didn't say not a word. Didn't say let him breathe, let him up, get off his neck. They let him die right in front of their eyes. I can't begin to tell y'all how mad that made me, because it's just like, do you not see what he was doing? The officer that knelt on his knee, on his neck, got 3rd-degree murder. He's convicted for the 3rd-degree murder right now. But that don't bring back that man's life. What really hurts me is the fact that people sat there and watched. I would have felt better if somebody had pushed the officer off his neck, if somebody would have stepped up and said, get off his neck. But nobody stepped up. They let that man die. I can't even begin to tell y'all how many people I have unfollowed, how many people I don't want to talk to, how many people I look at differently because of this whole situation and their mindsets. People will sit there and say, all lives matter to a Black Lives Matter protest. That's literally making a protest to a protest that needs to be focused on. For years, black people have been having this target on their back. Black people have been discriminated. Black people have been looked at as lower. People say all lives matter to our protests. It's disrespectful, point blank period. I can't change nobody's mind, but what I will say is if you can't pick what you're gonna stand up for, you're really liable to stand up for anything. People are willing to jump on the bandwagon of other people's opinions and let that be theirs. This whole thing has really just showed me people's mindsets, and I'm sure if you have social media, if you watch YouTube, if you watch Instagram, everything, you see people's mindsets, and it's really sad that a lot of people are not educated, and people don't really know what they're talking about. They're just talking. This has been going on for years now, y'all. You can't hide it. This has been going on for years, and it's like crazy to me how people just now want to speak out and come together and unite to fight for justice, when it should have been justice. It should have been on people's minds. It don't just go away because it's not on the news or it's not on Instagram. It should still be in your head. You should not let it like fly through your head. It really hurts that people really do that. People do stuff for the moment. If you're gonna say Black Lives Matter, stick to Black Lives Matter. Don't change your mind just because it's not happening right in front of you. Moving to racism, I really know that racism has nothing to do with wealth. Racism has nothing to do with your name, what you wear. Honestly, racism is about your skin. All of these black people who have been killed by officers, people who are supposed to protect us, died from nothing. They died from doing nothing. Let's use Trayvon Martin, for example. He was walking down the street. He was walking down the neighborhood, I believe. And all he had was his hoodie on, a soda, and some chips. He's walking down the neighborhood, and a man comes up to him, starts causing trouble with him. This boy is minding his business. But somebody wanted to start something with him because of the color of his skin. I can't even tell y'all. I remember one time I was at school and a white boy in my class said the N-word. And he really thought it was okay. He thought that since he hung out with black African American people, saying that word was okay. I don't care how many black people you hang out with. If you are white, if you are not black, African American, you don't say that, period. Black people, when it's time to come together, baby, we come together, baby. We unite. We are so strong together. Like, we are so strong, period. We create so much stuff, and people can't really accept that. So they rather kill us because that's all they can do. Half of the things that are trending, half of the things that people do, the challenges, black people did it. Black people created it. Let's use Renegade for example. A black girl made that Renegade, but people wanted to give credits to another person because of her skin, talking about this is a white girl dance or this is a Caucasian dance. No. And that's the racism within people. Black people are so strong and we do so much that it's really hard to knock us. And the only way you can knock us is our skin. That's the only thing that people hold against us is our skin, really. They put titles on what we are, thugs. Our own president calls people thugs because we stand up for what we know. I don't know whose president that is, but stand up for what we believe in, and he hates that. Especially when it's about the black community, because I'm gonna say it, he's racist. I've been inside of a store. For example, I'm gonna use Target for example. I went in Target one time and I was with my mom and dad. One of the workers started following us, thinking we're gonna steal or we're gonna do something because of the color of our skin. That right there just shows you that racism is not going nowhere no time soon. We're in 2020 and we still got people following people thinking they're going to steal. What scares me the most is I'm a black woman. One day, I'm gonna have an African American son. I'm gonna have an African American daughter. I'm gonna have a black husband. My fears is to get a phone call that my husband or my son or my daughter is getting killed for walking down the street or in a store and get accused for doing something they never did, and then not getting justice for it. Since I moved on to being scared about the law and stuff, I just want to talk about the government. The government is not built for us, and when I say us, I mean black people. It's not built for us to be successful or win. Let's just take this into account. While a black man got killed running from the cops, but that don't make you shoot nobody. You don't shoot nobody from running. I've watched the show Cops so many times. Don't nobody get shot for running. You get chased and you get tased. You don't get shot in the back. And he got 1 year of prison. He got 1 year of prison, which is ridiculous to me. And it all plays into the government at the end of the day, y'all. Donald Trump makes tweets on Instagram calling people thugs, calling us thugs for protesting, standing up. And it's a part of the government. They'd rather see cities burned down instead of arresting three cops. People were in front of the White House protesting peacefully, not making no fires, not bombing nothing, not doing anything besides holding up signs saying Black Lives Matter and peacefully protesting. And Donald Trump gets tear gas, rubber bullets, all his people outside the gate to shoot people away with the bullets and with the tear gas. We really have to be violent to get the point across, for y'all to understand what we saying, see what we saying. Change is really the problem. If the government would change, the government would equal to Black people and white people. If they would charge people the same charges, even if they arrested those other 3 cops involved in the incident, that would be a change. But they don't want to do that. They rather see stuff burned down instead of arresting those 3 cops that did something wrong. They knew it was wrong. The government does not want to change. They don't want to protect our rights. They don't want to give us justice, which is why people are outside. People are protesting all night, all morning. People are standing up because the government don't want to do it for us. So we have to do it ourselves. African Americans have always been the oppressed. People want to just say all lives matter to a Black Lives Matter protest, and it's ridiculous. I realize that a lot of this stuff is on everybody's timeline, especially if you're on Instagram a lot. A lot of this is on people's timelines, and I just want to put a little bit of peace at the end of this video. It's a lot, like between coronavirus, between all this protesting, between people being killed, it's a lot to take in. 2020 has not been a good year, honestly, y'all. It has not. If you're watching this video, I really just want you to know that you can make a change, even if it's the smallest change. Telling somebody what racism is if they don't really know it, if they don't understand it. A lot of people are not woke, y'all. I say all of this to say this. Rest in peace, George Floyd, because your family will miss you. And everybody who's protesting for you, we miss you, because you were another Black man in this community who got killed wrongfully. It's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to believe in something. It's okay. You don't have to be quiet. You don't have to be scared to speak. I pretty much covered everything I want to talk about. I know it's so much other things I could have talked about, but these are the main things I wanted to talk about in this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that share button. Send it to somebody that you know who needs to listen to this. Somebody who you know will find this video interesting and understand. And I will see y'all in the next video.